The world's largest cruise ship has a power failure while at sea. One Carnival passenger, she loses out on the presidential suite one day before she's set to depart. And well, we all know when you fly on an airline and you're in an exit road, there's specific rules you must follow. We're going to talk about what happens when you don't. We're going to cover all these topics and more right now. Hey, what's going on, Adventure Fam? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a happy hump day. The week is halfway over. Hope you guys are feeling blessed this week. The energy is high, and if the energy is high, you know what that means. You must drop a like for the video. And look, if you're not subscribed yet to the channel, you want to be a part of the Adventure Fam, hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bells on, and just become part of the family. We love all of the support we get. And we are a small content creating station here, so all the support we get, we certainly do appreciate. So become part of the Adventure Fam. Don't let us down. Drop a like on this video for the energy, and let's jump in to story number one. All right, so story number one has to do with the world's largest cruise ship, which is the Icon of the Seas. It is a beautiful ship. It is an amazing ship, and it's got everything you would ever want on a ship, especially if you've got kids like we do. But they experienced a power failure at sea. Now, of course, this took place on May 19th when the Icon of the Seas was spending a day at sea where they normally go slower anyway. And look, it affected things like the elevators not working, or some of them at least. The water pumps, they weren't able to propel water through the water slides, so it affected the water slides, affected music playing in certain areas. And so it did affect certain areas of the ship. Like I said, it was reported that depending on where you were, you may or may not have noticed. However, everything was fine. They were on their 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise and nothing was delayed. Like I said, they were already a day at sea. So no word on kind of what caused it or what the exact cause of this issue was. But nonetheless, the world's largest cruise ship lost power for 20 minutes or less. And guests may or may not have noticed. Whether that's news or information to you and you enjoy it, I don't know, but I'm bringing it to you anyway. All right, so jumping into story number two, which is going to take up the bulk of this video. So just bear with me because this story has many turns, many twists. So just bear with me for the next couple of minutes. Promise you we'll get to all of the details. Tiffany and Jamie Banks, they had booked a Carnival Celebration cruise over a year ago, like most people do. Not only did they book the Carnival Celebration, they booked the Carnival Celebration for May 12th, and they booked the Presidential Suite. Now, look, I've never had the blessings to be able to book the Presidential Suite, but I imagine it cost some coin, and it did. It cost them $12,000 for this room, another $3,000 for incidentals such as, obviously excursions and things like that you would typically do for a cruise. So they dropped about $15,000 on this cruise. I don't know if it included airfare and things like that, but nonetheless, $15,000. Now, a day before her cruise is set to take off from Miami, she gets a notification in her email saying 2 of her excursions have been canceled. Well, she was worried, so she called Carnival Cruise Lines, and within a few minutes, after being on the phone with them for a few minutes, they realized that the excursions were canceled. Well, not because of anything to do with the ports of call, but because her room reservation had been canceled as well. Yes, you heard that right. She had booked this Presidential Suite a year ago, and the day before they are set to go to Miami to take off on this cruise, she finds out that her reservation has completely been canceled and wiped out. Now, she spent a couple of hours on the phone with Carnival trying to sort this out, but in the meantime, because this cruise was overly packed and super full, the room had been sold to somebody else in the meantime while she was talking to Carnival Cruise Lines, thus giving Carnival Cruise Lines no other option but to offer her 2 interior staterooms. Now, of course, you might imagine you going from the Presidential Suite or Presidential Stateroom to 2 interior rooms. That's not a very good, resolving the issue kind of thing, right? So that obviously was unacceptable to her. Now, they still had to get to the bottom of why this happened. Now, of course, you're probably thinking like I am, how in the world does this happen? This has got to be some kind of mistake, because this kind of thing is very rare, especially the way she is describing it. So they spent some time on the phone to try to get a hold of it, and the first person she talked to apparently tells her that it's probably a computer glitch that canceled out her room, which then, obviously she questions, well, then you need to make this right kind of a thing, because if it's a computer glitch. She asks to speak to a supervisor. She speaks to a supervisor, and the supervisor actually tells her that no, it doesn't look like it was a computer glitch. It looks like that somebody actually physically canceled your room. Somebody hacked into your account and canceled it. Now you're thinking, well, how in the heck can somebody hack into my account and cancel my room? Turns out that Tiffany, being on TikTok and social media, and after she booked her presidential suite, decided to post publicly her reservation number. And that's a big no-no. And they actually tell you not to do this and that you are responsible for securing your passwords and documentation and everything else, of that nature. And so she posts her cabin reservation number. Now, if you know anything about logging into the systems, all you need to do is have somebody's last name, the cabin reservation number, and it doesn't take an internet sleuth to really, have, CIA level hackability skills to hack in. So what they're saying is Carnival is saying that, look, you posted your stuff publicly, somebody got a hold of that, and somebody went in, hacked into your online Carnival account, and canceled the reservation. Now, of course, Carnival came out and they're trying to work with Tiffany on this, and they offered her a $10,000 onboard cruise credit. She refused and said that was unacceptable, even though policy states you are responsible for withholding your information, making sure your information doesn't get out. They were trying to do right by her by saying, here's a $10,000 onboard credit. I get it. It's not the full $15,000, but they were trying to do something because in Carnival's point of view, they don't have to do anything. She publicly put her stuff out there. She publicly got hacked because she put her stuff out there. It was nothing to do with Carnival, nothing to do with Carnival's system. She did it to herself, essentially, is what they're saying. We're trying to give you a good gesture of $10,000, and she said it's unacceptable. She didn't accept it. Now, in the meantime, she's saying that John Heald also has been disparaging her online. However, based upon the online chats and stuff that I have seen, that is not the case. He's actually tried to stay quiet about it. He's even admitted that she's never even reached out to him or posted on his page to try to reach out. And he even said, if she wants to talk about it, I'm willing to sit here and listen and talk to you about it. But he wasn't going to. He was answering other people's questions, and he even said that he wasn't going to answer publicly on it because he was going to keep it private. So, look, here's the deal. I don't know where you guys stand on this after reading the story. Now, look, there's always one side of the story, two sides of the story, and somewhere in the middle. So, look, I want to get your thoughts on this story because, look, after I looked at the story, everybody knows that there's three sides to a story. There's one side, there's two sides, and there's something in the middle that's called the truth. But looking at this in totality and looking at everything that I've seen, and I will link the story down below for you to check out on Cruise Hive. It's a great story. Look, I think she's at fault for posting her stuff publicly. Should Carnival maybe have a safer system or a more robust system to not let people in? Sure. But is it their fault she publicly posted her stuff that they need to be able to get in? Absolutely not. It's almost like posting your social security number. Somebody takes your social security number, they take your name, they could do loads of wonders with that. And so you post your cruise reservation number and you post your last name and everything like that, and people know you off TikTok, you're putting yourself at risk there. And so she has to take some culpability in that. Me personally, knowing that, I probably would have taken the 10 grand. I would have called my losses at 5. Taking the 10 grand on board credit and called it a day. Let me know your comments down below. What do you think about the story? Do you think she's at fault? Is Carnival at fault? Who's at fault here? Let me know down below. All right, story number 3 comes from Frontier Airlines, and there is a viral video going from what people call the Dollar Tree of the air. I cannot confirm nor deny that statement because I've never flown it. However, there is a viral video going around TikTok that somebody posted. And look, she even said when this lady got on the plane in the exit row, she knew because of her attitude stuff was about to, quote, pop off with the flight attendants. And that's exactly what happened. So situation escalates over an argument over whether or not you're going to follow the special instructions if there was an emergency in the plane, i.e. helping people off the plane, right? All of the special instructions that you get when you are privileged enough to sit in an exit row with all that extra leg room. And look, some disagreement happened. In the video, it looks like they do agree, but they do it with an attitude. They were telling the flight attendants, get out of my damn face, all of those different things. Things you shouldn't be saying to a flight attendant if you wish to remain on the plane. And look, ultimately, the flight attendants had asked, and the captain had asked that the people be removed. they refused to do so, and so the whole plane basically had to be deboarded, I believe, in order to get these individuals off. All I will say about this situation, you can watch the video down below. I will link it for you for your entertainment. If you've got TikTok or whatever, you can go check it out down below in the description. All I'll say is when you get on an airplane, just have respect for the pilots, have respect for the flight attendants, have respect for your fellow passengers. Look, everybody's in a cramped airplane. Everybody just wants to get to their destinations in peace. Everybody's excited to go where they're going, for the most part, unless you're going for some other reason that's not an exciting reason. But at the end of the day, everybody's going to the same spot, and everybody just wants peace on the airplane for the next few hours. And so anytime you get on an airplane, you're going to have attitude. You're going to tell flight attendants off. You're going to do X, Y, and Z. Be prepared to get off the plane because they're going to deboard you from the plane. One way or the other. You can either go and in peace, or you can refuse, and they'll get everybody off the plane, which means you're coming off too. And then you may even get arrested when you get off of the plane. It is not worth it, people. And so watch the video yourself. Give a comment down below what you think. But nonetheless, I hope everybody's having a wonderful Wednesday. It is a beautiful day to be alive. It's a beautiful day here in Arizona, and I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. Blessed rest of your week, and we'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.